happy Monday morning, May 24, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday morning, so let's begin. I hope you all enjoy this Monday edition of the Riley King Newscast. First up, busy boating season expected by New Hampshire Marine Patrol. Increase in boating registration, new boaters. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
Lucky. New Hampshire has a lot of different bodies of water out there, and it gives people a lot of choices depending on what they want to do.
As summer 2020 approached during the early months of the pandemic, vacation plans shifted. Many decided to stay local, a trend that appears to be sticking around for summer 21.
Because of the circumstances over the last year, we certainly have seen a surge in boating.
Sergeant Joshua Dirth of New Hampshire Marine Patrol says boating education certificates and registrations are up this year. Because of that, Marine Patrol is asking new and seasoned boaters to really pay attention while on the water.
Making sure that they just don't exceed their own experience level. That's a great way to get in trouble.
Dirth says make sure you have all the proper safety equipment.
Life jackets for every passenger on board the boat is key. Definitely your children, anyone under the age of 13 has to be wearing a life jacket while underway. We'd also encourage people to wear and use their engine shutoff lanyards. And anytime you're boating after sunset, you have to make sure you have proper lighting on your boat.
Marine Patrol is also reminding people of responsible boating. Impairment convictions on the water impact driving privileges on the road.
We're excited that people want to get out there and enjoy the water, but we would remind people to be respectful.
And the state actually puts out this handbook with all the do's and don'ts of boating. You can pick one up here at Marine Patrol headquarters or at any local marina. Reporting in Guilford, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Five dirt bikes worth almost $40,000 stolen from a store in Windham. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The past year has tested the toughness of every last one of us. Mahindra tractors have been there for our tough.
Those are paychecks that left that night.
Surveillance video shows thousands of dollars in dirt bikes being walked out of Nult's Power Sports in Windham early Saturday. Store manager Kurt Grenier calling it brazen and calculated.
It's our opinion that they've been there before, probably, looked around, saw the display, knew what they wanted because they were pretty clear on what they were picking up for bikes.
5 green 2021 Kawasaki dirt bikes of different sizes and values worth about $38,000 in all. Windham police were called early Saturday morning by a passerby who noticed a door looked broken. They're now in the early stages of their investigation.
We have initial reports that there may have been vehicles involved, so they didn't just take these and drive off with them. They may have loaded them into some type of trailer or a truck.
They're canvassing the area for even more surveillance and have this warning if you see similar dirt bikes for sale.
If people start seeing these green Kawasaki dirt bikes pop up, especially 2021 models, obviously they should be a little suspicious and to call us if they have any further information on it.
Grenier says in the midst of the pandemic, demand for ATVs and sports bikes like these has skyrocketed. Precious inventory now gone.
I can't stress enough. We have very little inventory to sell. And when you steal that, you're stealing somebody's paycheck.
And that store manager says they are offering a $10,000 reward for information that will lead to an arrest and conviction.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hundreds gather for a Stop Asian Hate rally in Portsmouth. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
When most people think of chimney damage, they think fire. But the biggest threat to your chimney is actually...
now more than ever, are living with an amplified daily fear of violence.
I regularly hear how great my American accent is, or get asked where I'm actually from when I reply New Hampshire.
Asian Americans taking the stage at Prescott Park in Portsmouth, voicing their concerns about racism they say they've experienced most of their lives.
I also have had trash thrown at me on the side of the street while waiting on the bus for my children, and I've been told regularly to go back to where I come from, even though for me, this is where I come from.
Asian Americans say they've experienced an increase in racism this past year and are calling on everyone to help.
What will really cause the social change that's necessary is for the people in positions of authority, power, influence, and privilege to stand up with us and for us.
We have to do more in our daily lives. It is not enough just to repost. It is not enough just to reshare. It is not enough just to defend in the comments threads. We have to do more.
Emily Kimmey's son Hunter organized the event and is raising money for nonprofits supporting Asian American Pacific Islander communities.
So with every dollar that's been donated and every person that's reached out or shown up today, that heals a lot of us. That we have a good group of allyship standing behind us.
The original goal of this event was to have about 50 people show up and raise about $1,000. In the end, over 200 people RSVP'd, and they raised over $7,000. In Portsmouth, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Active cases of COVID-19 in New Hampshire at lowest level since October. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Spring in New England is all about being active outdoors. Recover quicker and stay out longer with the We begin tonight with the latest on COVID-19 in New Hampshire. The state announcing just 79 new cases of the virus today. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charisse LeClaire. We haven't had a day with fewer than 100 new cases since the 1st of November last year. Thanks to more than 440 people who are newly recovered, active cases also dropped by nearly half to just 513. That is the fewest since early October. The state reported no new recent deaths due to COVID-19. Total deaths due to the virus remain at 1,344. And checking vaccinations, as of tonight, more than 58% of New Hampshire's population, about 788,000 people, have gotten at least one dose. 46%, or 625,000 people, are now fully vaccinated. We'll have more on the coronavirus in New Hampshire coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Vehicle takes off from police in Goffstown after they attempt to stop it, police say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Their reviews? Our reviews.
I'm so happy.
Find out what we're all about at adamvroofing.com.
Right now, Goffstown police are looking for a man who sped away from officers.
Police say they tried to stop the vehicle on Mast Road last night for not having any headlights on. A brief chase followed, then officers found the car near Henry Bridge Road and a man running into some woods. Canines were unable to find him. Officers say they found a backpack nearby with suspected narcotics and ammunition inside.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. COVID-19 vaccines to be required for students, staff, and faculty at New England College. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Spring in New England is all about being active outdoors. Recover quicker and stay out longer with the rejuvenating qualities of a hot tub or sauna from Maine.
As workplaces across the country prepare to welcome their employees back to the office, some have announced they will be requiring COVID-19 vaccines. New England College in Henniker said today faculty and staff must be fully vaccinated by August 1st if they work on campus, with limited exceptions. Employment attorney Jim Reedy says workplaces can mandate vaccines for employees if it's job-related and consistent with business necessity, but he says there are exemptions.
If someone has a sincerely held religious belief, they can opt out. Similarly, if they have a medical condition or a recognized disability and supported by medical information.
New England College is also requiring vaccinations for students attending school on campus this fall.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Tree Frog Wildfire Update. Let's take a listen to that video from WPBF 25 News, Florida.
Ever wanted the sensation like you're floating on air? You can with Skechers' new Glide Step footwear. Feels like you're floating as our Aero Comfort outsoles give you a pillowy soft landing, then propel you forward. Plus, they have Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Try Skechers' new Glide Step.
They say this fire hasn't moved much over the last 24 hours, but the challenge right now is there's actually a fire located in the middle of a swamp that's hard for them to put out, and they say that fire could burn for a while, and that could cause visibility issues for drivers because smoke could come onto I-95 or onto Fellsmere Road, County Road 512. Now, the Forest Service says the paths of vegetation that they've cleared are doing their job, keeping the fire from spreading. Now, this year has been a very active fire season. Part of the reason why is because our area has had less than half the amount of normal rainfall so far this year. Now, while we've seen that before, the Forest Service is reminding everyone to be cautious during this dry season. Now, the dry and windy conditions have helped a couple separate fires ignite over the last day as well. Today, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue was able to put out a small brush fire in Pahokee on Kismet Avenue before it was able to spread to any nearby homes, so no structures were damaged there. And in St. Lucie County yesterday, about 18 miles from the Tree Frog wildfire, a brush fire at DJ Wilcox Preserve burned about 2.5 acres before firefighters were able to put it out. No structures were damaged there, but the preserve is closed until Wednesday. Now, back here in Fellsmere, the Forest Service is reminding everyone to avoid hiking on any nearby trails as they continue to try to suppress this fire. And this wildfire here, the Tree Frog fire, has not damaged any structures, but the one firefighter who had a minor injury, he's back in the mix, he's doing okay, and he's back out fighting the fire. Reporting live in Fellsmere, Steve King, WPBF 25 News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Monday edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of the Riley King Newscast. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.